But if you want to participate in the live Twitter chat at the time that it begins, then it's important for you to start in on time. Today, we are learning how to participate in a Twitter chat. If you've never participated in the Twitter chat, this is the place to be. Here are a couple ways that you can enjoy a Twitter chat. First, before we get started, what is a Twitter chat? A Twitter chat is a conversation that happens on Twitter all around a hashtag. To participate in a Twitter chat, you just need to understand what the hashtag is. A hashtag groups conversations. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more practical here, and let's get right into Twitter. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and if you're not already signed into Twitter, you go ahead and sign in. I'm going to sign in under one of my other accounts, Teach Using Tech. You can follow me there as well. And I want you to go ahead and just log in, and it should take you to your Twitter feed. What you're going to want to do is up here within Twitter, go ahead and click in the search area. Once you do that, if we're looking for a particular chat, we need to know the name of it and the hashtag. So I will start with a hashtag. I'm going to actually place a chat in here that I participated in yesterday afternoon. It was called Tinker Chat. It had to do with programming and coding for students. So after I type Tinker Chat, I click on search, and you will see all of the conversation in all of the tweets that involve the hashtag TinkerChat. So typically when you type in a hashtag, it opens up the hashtag, as you can see right here, up in the top left-hand corner, and it has different tabs. What it's going to default to is the top tweets for this hashtag, but what you want to go to are the latest tweets. So it's important because the latest tweets will show you, especially when you're in a live Twitter chat, it'll show you in real time the number of tweets that are happening around a particular hashtag or topic. And that's key because that's how you follow a conversation. So for example, yesterday afternoon, you'll see kind of these numbers and letters and numbers next to each other. The thing is that, I'll find one of the actual original cards here. So yesterday in the chat that I was in, Michael Jepcott was actually hosting this chat. He tweeted out these cards that actually had the questions on them. So this was question 4 as an example. What strategies or resources do you have to minimize tech coding issues for your audience? Hashtag TinkerChat. So there's Q4. So a great way to respond, or a typical way to respond in a Twitter chat, is by responding. If we look here at Tom's tweet, it says A4. So A4 is answer 4 for Q4, question 4. That's a pretty typical format when you're in a Twitter chat. Essentially, you just look for a tweet by the host, then you answer the tweet based on the format of using A and the number of the question. So if it's question 2, it would be A2. If it's question 3, it would be A3, and so on. The only other thing that you're going to want in a tweet besides your response is the hashtag. Remember, the hashtag is key so it can join the rest of the other hashtag conversation pieces. In order to group the conversation, you always need to put in the hashtag. If you forget every now and then, because I do as well, to put A1, A2, A3, A4, that's not the most critical. But putting the hashtag in there is important. You'll forget that too the first time around. It just happens. And unfortunately, tweets cannot be edited. You can delete them and then resubmit a tweet. So there are a couple key pieces, formats, structures, procedures that you should know when participating in a Twitter chat. 1, always look for the host and where he or she is going to post the questions. Typical of most Twitter chats, there is a card like this one, or just a picture with a question on it, and or it's just written in text right up here under the tweet. Either way, look for the question because that'll prompt you to provide your answer. Once you see the question, you go up here in the tweet, and it's already been written there for me, but let's say it wasn't there. That was question 4. A very typical format for all Twitter chats is you put the answer as A and the question number A4. So this is answer 4 for question 4. And then you write your response. So whatever the response might be, yada, yada, yada. What you always want to finish with is the hashtag. In this case, it was TinkerChat. Just like that. And if you are done and satisfied with your tweet, you can go ahead and tweet it out. I'm not going to tweet this gibberish out, but you get the idea. That will go then into this feed here. And remember, the feed right now is all centered around this Twitter chat hashtag. Those Twitter chats are either half hour or 1 hour long. So if it's a half hour, you'll typically see 4 questions. If it's an hour, you'll typically see 6 to 8 questions. It all depends on the moderator or the host of the chat. So that's how you would use Twitter.com to participate in a chat. There is another way if you're using your computer, and that is to use Tweetdeck.twitter.com. This is my preferred method of participating in a chat when I have my computer. So let me show you. So what you do is, with a Twitter account, you log in. In this case, it remembered me, but you would just log in with your Twitter credentials. Down here, it shows me that I have, down here in the left-hand bottom corner, it shows me that I'm signed into my Teach Using Tech account. What's cool about this format here, or this pane, is that I am following, if you notice at the top, different hashtags or different conversations. Hashtag ConnectedTL, hashtag NGLCChat, hashtag South by Southwest EDU. These are all, for the most part, education-based chats. So I can follow these. I can just leave them on here and they're just running. So if I look at the end here for the other day, you notice there's TinkerChat. So I was following the feed for TinkerChat here on the right side, and these are movable. So if you notice that I can move these down, I can move it all the way to the front of the list. I have, looks like 23 columns, so I'll just leave it here at area 21, but it doesn't matter where you have it. I just like to have it closer to the area where I'm going to tweet from, and that's that left-hand side. So there is the column. This is what I love about TweetDeck, is you get to see the column there with the hashtag at the top. It's going to give you the latest tweets on the top. And then over here on the left side where you see New Tweet, you click on New Tweet, and now you're able to respond in real time and still viewing the question on the right side. So this is cool. And this is, again, found in either Twitter.com or Tweetdeck.twitter.com. What you have here is a pretty typical start to a Twitter chat. So what you notice here is Mike posted an informative card and welcome, kind of stating the format. We'll be using the typical Q&A format. Join the conversation. First question in 2 minutes. Hashtag TinkerChat. So he's prepping a few minutes before the chat, just letting you know we're about to start. Here's essentially how it's going to go. Then a couple minutes later, he busts in with question 1. Share a moment when using tech and everything went south. And so what you would do to respond to that, once again, just to be clear, you would type A1 for answer 1 to question 1. You would write your response, whatever your response would be. And what did I ask you to put at the end of your tweet? That's right. I think I heard it out there. Your hashtag, because a hashtag is going to group the conversation. That's right. And then you can just click, well, you can click there, but you want to hit tweet here. I'm not going to tweak that gibberish out again, but you get the idea. That is pretty much the simplicity of participating in a Twitter chat. Remember, don't get lost. You can always just search the hashtag and make sure you're on latest tweets. What I like about TweetDeck, TweetDeck already shows you the latest tweets. If you're in Twitter, I'm going to go back to the Twitter screen. Twitter, remember, when you search TinkerChat up here in search, over here, it's going to open it up or default to top. And these will be the top tweets, not necessarily the latest. You want to go to the latest tweets. So that being said, that's how you participate in a chat with your computer. Again, I highly recommend going into tweetdeck.twitter.com Tweetdeck.com to participate in the chat this way. Again, you just sign in with your Twitter account, and yours will look very similar. It's just that you notice that I have 24 columns open. You will, I think, just have the standard notifications, and you may not even have that here. And so here's a good question. Pablo, how do you add a column? So there's one of two ways you could add a column. I could just change one of these and highlight. If I already had a column, I could just change the column heading to a different hashtag. But I like these and I utilize these all the time, and I just keep them open. So what I would want to do is come over here on the left side and go to search Twitter, and I'm going to search the hashtag QChat, another educational chat. I'm going to search it. And once I search it, you notice that it opens a column on its own. So all I did was I typed in QChat over here, I clicked the search button, and it added a column automatically for me here. And these are the latest tweets for QChat. So people tweet all day long in this hashtag. The last one being about 45 minutes ago. Last night they did have a live chat, which they have every Monday night. And many chats are weekly. Some are bi-weekly, some are monthly. It all depends on the host and who is running that chat for that particular hashtag. So there are chats on absolutely everything. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to participate in a Twitter chat. Now I'm going to move into how to participate in a Twitter chat on your phone. All right, I am glad you are still with me. So here is how you participate in a Twitter chat on your phone. What we simply do is click on our Twitter icon for Twitter. Here is my feed for Teach Using Tech, which is my education account. So what you do to participate in a Twitter chat on your phone, a little bit harder to follow the conversations, but it can be done, and it's not too bad. All right, so let's get to it. At the very bottom, you see the search icon. What you're going to want to do now is search for the hashtag or conversation that you are looking for. In this case, we're going to type in, once again, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to type in TinkerChat, and it might pop up. There you see it at the top, but I'll finish typing it. TinkerChat, and then click search in the bottom. And once again, just like the desktop, you notice that it actually defaults to the tab that says top tweets for TinkerChat. Well, we don't want the top tweets. Now you might want to filter at some point between the top tweets, but if you are trying to participate in a Twitter chat, you want the latest tweet on top. All you have to do is, you guessed it, click latest. Once we go to latest, there you see 16 hours ago, you saw Beth Austin replied or had a message for Tech Mike, who actually hosted the Tinker Chat yesterday afternoon, just saying sorry to have missed it, and that's okay. You can actually join any of these conversations at any time, but if you want to participate in the live Twitter chat at the time that it begins, then it's important for you to start in on time. Now, can you start a few minutes late? Absolutely. No sweat, no rush. You can actually even just watch the chat, but it's so much more exciting and communicative, if you will, to be part of a chat. So I really recommend, once you get in a chat, to at least try to hit a couple likes or retweets and things of that nature as you're actually going through the Twitter chat. So once again, we're here. So let's pretend and go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to Mike's first tweet and act as if we are starting this Twitter chat right now. So Michael Jepcott, it was the host or moderator for Tinker Chat yesterday. Question 1 was, share a moment when using tech and everything went south, hashtag TinkerChat. One way to kind of keep everything in one place so you're kind of not moving around on your phone is to go ahead and respond with a retweet. So underneath the green card, you have the reply icon, you have the retweet icon, you have the heart, which is your like icon, and then you have a special message just to that person icon, which is the envelope or envelope, potato, potato. All right, so what you do is click on the retweet one, which is the second one. And if you notice it says retweet, that means just tweet it back out, the retweet. Or you can quote a tweet. It's almost Halloween. We can quote a tweet. Okay, so go ahead and click on quote tweet. And now what's really cool is it's going to include the card so you can actually see the question. And now, just as usual, if you were with me in the first half, you're going to respond by typing A1, which means answer 1. So people can follow along and know that, oh, you were responding to answer 1. Or sorry, you were responding to question 1. And here is my answer 1. And then you're going to type whatever you're going to say. And here's the test. What are you going to put at the end of every tweet when especially participating in a Twitter chat? That's right, you guessed it, a hashtag. And in this case, you can add other hashtags, but always put the hashtag of the Twitter chat that you are participating in. In this case, it is Tinker Chat. All right, Tinker Chat. And then I would hit tweet. I'm not going to tweet this out because, again, it's just a bunch of gibberish. But, okay, and that would put you in this conversation right here. This whole column is one conversation only for Tinker Chat. And once again, if I have your eyeballs go to the top there, you can see that it actually says hashtag Tinker Chat. So it has grouped this conversation. If you have any questions for me or comments, please post them down below. I'd love to answer them. If I missed something, let me know. If you really need to know something and weren't completely sure, this is a completely safe space. Hey Gangalicious, I hope you enjoyed that on how to participate in a Twitter chat. That is it for today. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, like I said before, put them down in the description. No, you're not going to put them in the description. I do that. Put it down in the comment section. I'm nuts sometimes. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to do this again. We'll see you later.